Hi, this is the handover video for the Abbey Vogue. We're going to start in the front locker here. So this is where your gas bottles are kept. You've got a bulkhead regulator and it's just a propane standard fixing onto the bottle. So with a spanner to the bottle. You don't have to touch anything on the regulator itself. You just turn the gas on and off at the top of the bottle. Also in the front locker, you've got a corner steady winder. That's to wind down the corner steadies, one on each corner, and then you've got storage space either side. We'll move round to the off side. So first of all, you've got your battery locker. So you've got your mains inlet there, so that's where you plug in your mains. You've got space for your battery. We've got two quick release terminals on there. We'll move round, we've got the fridge vents there. And then we've got the water inlets. These two great outlets here, they're outlets for the sink and shower waste. So one's from the kitchen and one's from the washroom. So you can get some grey hose to connect to those and then either straight into the drain or into your wastewater barrel. On the right here, this is the flue for the water heater. When you're using it on gas, you want to make sure you take this cover off from the bottom and then it will come off. And then when you're done using it, you can pop it back on, stop any dirt getting in there. Next, you've got your water inlet. It's got an onboard pump. So all that's at the end of this is a submersible filter. So you drop that into your water barrel. You've got your pump here, so you just push it into the housing and then close the flap halfway, and that holds the pipe into position. Next, we've got the locker. This goes underneath the bed, and you'll see in there that that's where your water pump is, and then also the hot water tank. Head round. On the near side of the caravan, you've got the toilet flush fill up. So this is where you put your pink chemical and fresh water. So you fill it up till you can just see the level there, and that's what comes out of the toilet when you flush it. And then you've got your cassette in here. So you just want to keep an eye on the level and just make sure you empty it regularly. So to empty it, you just lift that little yellow toggle up there, pull the cassette out all the way, and then using this tube, pull it out all the way and empty it down the disposal point. So we'll head into the caravan. The main switches are in the wardrobe. So they're just down here to the right. So you've got the top section, so this is to choose between the van, the car. So when you're connected to the car, you wanted to charge the battery and run the fridge. And then using the 12 volt in the caravan. If you're using mains, you can just have it in the middle. The switch on the right is for the pump. So when you want to use the water, just switch the pump on using that switch. And then it will only run when you're using the water. It will also tell you if you press test the voltage of your battery. Below, you've got your circuit breakers, and then you've got isolators for the space heater, water heater and battery charger. So just switch those on. The water heater, that is the only switch to turn it on electric. So with the water heating, you want to make sure you've bled your water through before you switch that on, otherwise you will blow a fuse. So let's show you how to do that. You've got a drain tap for the water. So it's just down here. You've got your water heater in the corner. Currently it's in the closed position, so that's how you'll want it when you're using the water. When you're draining it down for the winter and not using the water, you flick that up and you'll hear now all of the water's coming out of the water system. So we recommend doing that at the end of each journey, so you've got fresh water. And then also in the winter, you want to make sure there's no water in the system to cause any frost damage. So once that's all bled through, you can lead it through the kitchen, the washroom. Just make sure it's all bled through, then you can turn on the water heating. To use the water heater on gas, next to the door, you've got these two switches. The left one is for the water heating on gas. So what you do is there's an inner sleeve and then an outer knob. So the inner sleeve, flick round to the flame, and then you can adjust the temperature of the water using that knob on the outside. Just switch that off. To the right, you've got the electric controls for the actual heating. So once you've switched it on in the cupboard, you can switch it on here. You'll get a green light come up, so you can use either 500 watts of electric, a kilowatt of electric, or 2 kilowatt of electric. So dependent on sort of the ampage of the site, and then also how many appliances you're using. If you've got kettle going, hairdryer, you'll want to have it on lower. And then you've got 1 to 9 to adjust the temperature. So once that's on there, you can adjust the speed of the fan and the air coming out of the ducted vents for the heating. So the fan control is on the left side of the heater. So you've got A for automatic, so it will come on and off as and when. The centre button, that's off. And then wave is constant. That's supposed to be a picture of a wave. And then you've got the speed adjustment, so it's 1 to 5. Obviously 5 being the fastest speed. So to use the fire on gas, what you want to do is turn it around to 10, push it down, and then press down the ignition while you're doing that, and then hold it down, and you'll see through this little sight finder you'll have a little blue flame, and then you know it's lit. So once you've done that, you can adjust the temperature at the top, and then back to 0 off, and the flame will go out. So the hot air does come out these little ducting vents, like the one in the corner there. So then you adjust the speed of your fan. You've got your fridge here. So to turn it on, just press the on button here, and then you can change the selection of either gas, electric, or 12 volt on the car using this button on the left. And then the button on the right controls the temperature of the fridge. So highest is coldest, lowest is warmest. You've got your microwave at the top here. You've got your 3 burner hob, and then you've got 1 electric ring there. You've got electric ignition on the front of the hob there. You've got gas, oven and grill. Also in this wardrobe, you've got your TV aerial. So it's a multi-directional TV aerial. So to use it, you want to undo the nut, push the aerial up, and then you can change the direction using this toggle at the bottom. When you're not using it, pull it down and then tighten that nut up. The amplifier, that'll be on all the time. It does have a switch to turn it off, but most people just leave it on. We've got the vanity for the washroom there. And then we've got the shower, and then we've also got the cassette toilet. So to use the toilet, you've got a little... Where is it? So to use the toilet, you've got a slider at the back. So you pull that towards you, and that opens up the cassette. Flush the toilet, you just pull this handle up and down, and you'll see the flush needs to come out. When you're done, you push that slider back, and that will shut the toilet. When the cassette's full, that light will flash up, and we recommend with the toilet that you empty it regularly, and then also wash it out with water just to make sure the sensor's not clogged at any point. You've got CD player there, and up here you've got an extractor fan. So to use it, you need to open up the hatch. So you turn this knob all the way so it's fully open, and then you've got 2 different directions. You've got internal ventilation and external, so extracting, and then you've got 3 different speeds. So when you're using that, if you've selected the wrong way for the fan to turn, just make sure it stops before you turn it the other way. It might blow a fuse. And then also we've got a carbon monoxide alarm and a smoke alarm on the outside. The windows do have fly screens and blinds. The fly screens roll down all the way, so for them to stay down, you just push the handle back and they hook into place. The actual blackout blinds, they do have little slots, so you can have them half open, 3/4, and then all the way shut. So again, Just pulling them down and then pushing them back inside the slot. I think that's about everything for the workings. If you do have any questions and I've missed anything, we're only a call or an email away. And thank you for buying your caravan from MG Caravans.